Welcome to Python Review Lessons 1 to 6. This lesson is a review of everything we've covered so far in Python, from Lesson 1 up to Lesson 6. We'll quickly recap each key concept, then you'll complete 2 programming challenges that bring multiple ideas together, just like in an exam and real programs. As always, pause the video when asked, predict what the code will do, and then run it. In Lesson 1, we learned what Python is and why it's used. Python is a programming language used in websites, apps, games, data science, and artificial intelligence or AI. We also learned about the print function. Print is used to display text or values to the screen. This is how programs communicate information back to the user. In this lesson, lesson number 2, we learned about sequencing. Sequencing means the order that instructions run in. Python always runs code from top to bottom, one line at a time. Changing the order of lines can completely change what a program does. This is why predicting output before running a program is such an important exam skill. In Lesson 3, we introduce variables. A variable is a named storage location that holds data. The equals sign in Python does not mean equals like in maths, it means assign or assignment. Variables can change value while the program runs, and later lines use the most recent value stored, like we saw in that lesson. Lesson 4 introduced input and output. Input allows the user to enter data into a program, and print sends information back to the user. One important rule to remember is that anything entered using input is stored as text, also called a string. This becomes important when we want to do calculations. In Lesson 4.5, we focused on data types and calculations. The 3 main data types we used at this stage were string, which is str, integer, which is an int, and decimal numbers, which are float. To perform calculations, input must be converted or cast using int or float. We also use the 4 main maths operators: add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Most calculation errors happen because input hasn't been converted correctly. Lesson 5 and 6 introduce selection, or if, elif, and else. Selection allows a program to make decisions. An if statement checks a condition. Elif allows extra conditions. Else runs if none of the conditions above it are true. Python checks conditions from top to bottom, and only one branch will ever run. Now it's time for your first programming challenge. Read the task carefully. You need to ask the user to input 2 numbers, add them together, and print the result. Think about how to use input, how to convert data types, and where a calculation happens. Pause the video now and write the code. Answers will come up after this. Okay, let's walk through the correct solution. We use int input to convert the user's input into numbers. We store each value in a variable, then we add the values together and print the result. If your code worked differently but produced the same result, that's still valid. Soon we'll be moving on to programming challenge number 2. Programming challenge number 2. This second challenge brings together input, selection and output. The program should ask for a test score. If the test score is 70 or higher, print grade A. If it's 50 or higher, print grade B. Otherwise, print grade C. Pause the video now and attempt the challenge. Okay, here's one correct solution. The score is converted to an integer, so it can be compared. The conditions are written from highest to lowest, and this is very important, as we saw in previous lessons. Python checks each condition starting with greater than or equal to 70 first in order, and runs the first one that's true. This structure is exactly what exam questions are looking for. If you can confidently complete these challenges, you have a solid foundation in Python. You now understand how programs run, how data is stored, how users interact with programs, and how decisions are made. In the next lesson, we'll build on this foundation, looking at loops and data structures and larger programs. Thanks for watching. Bye bye!